Welcome to the Game 5 post game. We are past the Cavaliers. I mean, two super scrappy series. Two opponents that gave us every opportunity to play down to them. And in some cases, we did with the Heat and the Cavaliers. This game was a bit more stressful than I wanted it to be, but I think everyone could have predicted that some scrub off of the Cavaliers bench was going to absolutely explode. And sure enough, fouling Okoro ended up being the bane. Oh, getting fouls on Okoro ended up being the bane of our existence because then the ghost of Marcus Morris came in and made that much more of a game than we ever needed, right? We ever imagined that game would be. So here we are, Dad. We've kicked the Cavaliers out. Uh, how do you feel about this game specifically?
I mean, what a weird game, right? Like, it felt like the Celtics played horrible defense, yet they only gave up 98 points. And this really reminded me of the games at the end of the regular season when it was so obvious the Celtics were just playing to not get hurt. Like, they were not scrapping. They weren't, they were careful about the drives. Their defense was a little loose. And it just felt that way. So I was frustrated. Again, I wanted another 30 something point lead, not to blow them out and show off, but to get the damn starters off the floor. But you know what? No injuries, no harm, no foul. Can you blame them? It's hard to get up for a game like this. No Mitchell, no Allen, LeVert. I'm telling you, LeVert, he just decided, I don't want to play this game. We're not beating these guys at home. I'm done on their home court. I think LeVert just absolutely tapped out. Mitchell, no, because he didn't play last game. He would have played. If he could have played, I feel like he would have played. But, man, LeVert tapped out. And it's like, if you're the Celtics, how do you get up for this game? The one super positive thing about this, we got Horford back on track. That was awesome. Now we get the rest of old man. Hopefully that New York Knicks Pacers series goes 7 and they just keep beating the snot out of each other. That'd be great. So, it felt like a kind of game, but, we saw, hey, they still took care of business, and you can't blame them for not getting up for this garbage team. I mean, they were just so decimated. But anyway, what do you think, Matt?
No, I noticed that too, and I was going to mention that it really did look like an end of the season kind of regular season game against a scrub team that they're just so much better than. And I mean, like, Garland is, 4 for 17, 0 for 4 from 3. And I told you before the, the game started, and, I talked to my dad briefly outside of the pregame show that Garland has not been playing a good series. And a lot of his points have come when he's wide open, and Garland ain't getting wide open when Mitchell's out, Allen's out, and LeVert's out. So Garland was guarded pretty much the whole time, and he was guarded by somebody who is, almost old enough to be, my dad and Al Horford. And he tried so hard to embarrass Al Horford, but he just looked like a complete scrub. Al defended him so well. Hats off to Al. You could tell the players were feeding off of it. I know Al certainly wasn't playing that game like an end of the season game. And one thing that stood out to me is Al missed a few big threes, wide open threes early, right? But they kept feeding him the ball. And that's a lot of confidence in the team that said, we're winning this game or we're losing this game, but I'm not taking a double covered shot if you're wide open. And I think that faith in Al probably resonated a lot in him, and he capitalized on it. He had the best point differential out of all the players. When he was out there, we were the best team. The best version of the team. So huge game for Big Al, and he earned that well-needed rest. You are totally right.
I got to find out, I want to get into his Amazon list and find out, because he found the Fountain of Youth tonight. It's great when he has these games when it's like old Al is back and he is impactful and he's getting the crowd fired up. He's doing hustle plays. That jumping out of bounds to save that ball play was awesome. It's always great to see Al when he gets a little toe in the Fountain of Youth and he goes back to his old self. Now he's got time to rest, and that's good to know. So wait for this next. Here's where I'm a little upset, right? Tatum and Brown have taken a step up on their defense this year. Their defense is leveled up compared to where it normally is. I would wish I would see more of. I know they do a lot of switching, but they could tweak it a little more. I would have loved to have seen Brown go, what the hell is this crap? Marcus Morris, like you said, this friggin' paper shell of himself, this old man. No. I got him. And he's stopping right now with this crap and just shut him down because Jaylen Brown's capable of doing it. You see him at times when he gets pissed and he's all over. He did it against, the Denver Murray. Jamal Murray.
Yep.
He did
Jamal
it against
Murray.
him.
Change the flow of that game.
I wanted Tatum at some point to go, you know what, Al? I got Mobley. Let me get this punk. I'm not putting up with this crap anymore, and I'm shutting him down. I wish they would do a little more of that because they're capable. They showed us their one-on-one defense has been drastically improved over what it used to be. And I wish they would be like, you know what? I don't care if I get points.
Listen,
I'm going to spend my energy on the defensive end, shutting these two clowns down.
Listen,
but, hey,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but are you watching the same game I'm watching? They're moving screens everywhere. The other team is not letting our guys get around screens, get above screens, or anything. All they're doing is just going, sliding out, moving screen, and getting the switches. They're doing 3 or 4 or screens at the top to get to Al Horford. There's almost nothing they can do unless they want to try and give up a wide open three. And this Cavs team was hitting their wide open threes. They were 42% from three. And I mean, I get it. Marcus Morris, but he I don't know what the hell that was. That guy.
That's the competitor in me because I would just be pissed.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
you want to.
Him.
Yeah, but good luck covering them when you have to go through 3 screens. That's the problem. They're making you go through 3 screens, and the refs aren't letting you fight through screens. So I don't know. I get the sentiment, but in today's NBA, it just doesn't seem like that. Like they're letting star players play those kind of one-on-ones, right? They're just kind of doing their own thing, and the refs overall were very inconsistent. It absolutely drove me nuts because the physicality half the time, like Jackson. The physicality, like 80% of the time, and then all of a sudden, like Derek White would tap somebody and it would be a foul. Yeah. So I just don't understand what the refs wanted out of this game. The technical on Tatum was super soft. I just can't stand this reffing style. Like, make up your mind because it really felt so weird. We didn't even have a free throw until I think almost halftime. Did you hear that stat?
Yeah, I know. I don't know if they had a free throw in the first half. The refs probably felt a little bad for Cleveland, with their situation. Who the hell knows? They've just been letting everyone mug each other, not just this, Celtics and the Cavaliers. All these other series, I've done a little bit of watching. I'm like, man, it's like rugby out there. Again, it's uglying up the game. I hate that. I don't want my basketball with the whistles put away. No, I don't want that. Someone grabs my freaking star player. I want a foul call. I want good passing. It's hard to get good passing, good, pretty passing, pretty shots, pretty dunks if everybody's grabbing everyone illegally. Yeah. I don't like that. But, that's what the NBA decided to do. We have to push through it like everyone else is. So, I see the Celtics committing fouls too that aren't getting called. So, I mean, it's just like you said, it was a little tilted tonight. Who can't call it, I guess, consistently? I wish they would just stop it. I'm not saying they have to go back to regular season foul calling before the All-Star break, before they made this, initiative, like we're going to do this, but
initiative,
just, just do
yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get it.
Like, come on. Yeah. Let's loosen the game up a little bit. It's gotten too mucked up. Teams are having trouble getting 100 points. I mean, that's not today's NBA, but But hey, you know what I loved? Tatum almost got a triple-double. He is finding people.
One second. Wait. We got people commenting. I'm giving you the signals. You just on a roll. So we got Ron Stevenson.
I'm sorry.
Ron Stevenson. Yes, boys. Big Al. Big. And Ron, I think we touched on him right off the bat because this was Al's, just staple game. He put a stamp on this series. He took over. And it's odd. It's like almost every player is taking a turn, almost single-handedly winning a game for us. And I think this was Al's turn. Drew had one. I don't know if I think it was the last game or I think probably 2 games in a row. Derek White had 2 games this playoffs. We got such profound talent on this team. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yes, and Ron's talking about what you said, right? Yes, I'm sick of the ref. That Tatum call after the three, in all sports, refs are acting like they are gods. And Ron, when you pay for your cable bill and you spend your valuable time watching the game, are you paying to watch the refs or are you paying to watch Jason Tatum? And I think you don't even
Exactly.
think you have to reply to that. But these refs, especially Zarba last game, brothers, they love to make the game about them. And the fact that this gets you a technical is absurd, and it's a
Yeah.
joke. And call that consistently. But go ahead,
All
Dad.
right,
Sorry.
let's get off the refs. How about the ball movement at the end of the game? I love that. Drew Holiday, they involved Holiday more. Brown made two awesome passes. Tatum found Holiday underneath the hoop. That's what I like to see. No ISO ball. Tatum, Brown moving the ball better. That was, hey, don't let that slide. That was a big deal. I know it's, a depleted Cavaliers team, but hopefully they learned some important lessons about that. They were finding out wide open. They got rid of the ISO ball at the end of the game. So I don't want to lose track of that. That was amazing as well. And, Holiday, man, that guy was just invisible almost. And then at the end of the game, he shows up, big three, big layups, big passes. That was great to see. And Derek White got it going. There's a lot of good, it was like a nice little tune-up game for the Eastern Conference Finals, which we are in again. So far, halfway through the playoffs, our big goal, if we just get Porzingis back, so far, knock on wood, we've accomplished everything we wanted. Finished the first two series fast. We're rested. The team's waiting for us is going to be beating the crap. So hopefully that goes 7. A lot of good things, man, going on. And that ball movement at the end of the game, I haven't been listening to him lately, but hopefully Felger and Maz are talking about that because they love to crap on the ISO
No,
ball and all that garbage.
they're not talking about anything that's remotely logical
Positive.
or analytical. Not even positive. Just anything analytical. What they're gonna do is they're gonna rage bait you. They're gonna try and make you angry, and that's how they think they get their listeners. But really, it's just because they are a prime time radio station in the biggest sports city, in my opinion, in the nation. So of course you're gonna get good ratings. But that ball movement, and I know you mentioned that the Celtics had was it 32 assists tonight,
Was
which
it
was
that?
by far,
That's amazing. Yeah.
yeah, which is amazing. 32 assists. Last game they only had 15. So even though they won last
Terrible.
game, yeah, that
Yeah.
did not feel like a great game. Yes, White was slow at the start. But he did end up getting a couple floaters to fall, and he made a huge impact on a defensive end. Our guards have been looking so good. That Derek
Yeah.
White and Drew Holiday backcourt
Oh,
is everything we hoped it to be defensively. They are contesting so many shots. They're getting so many blocks. Whenever I see anyone take one of those guys to the paint, I'm just waiting for them to either strip the guy before they even go up or get a block. And no matter how big the guy is at all. So, no, that was really a great, like you said, Dad, tune-up game for the Eastern Conference Finals. Tatum with 4 steals, almost a triple double. I know you're about to roll on that. Only 1 turnover for Tatum. That's huge.
oh,
Um,
that's good.
yeah,
I like that
and,
number. I didn't see any of the box scores. So, and
yeah,
again, huge that we win this championship because if we win, it almost guarantees they re-sign Derek White. It just basically guarantees it with all the money Wick Rosbeck will make, keeping the core together. Another huge. I mean, that's Captain Obvious. Obviously, you want to win a championship. There's so many big reasons. That's another one. I want to keep that backcourt together too, Matt.
yep,
Absolutely. And again, everyone, please, if you haven't, go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It's huge for the channel. Give us a like on these videos too on the YouTube. I guess all that stuff matters. You kids tell me all the time. Thank you for that so
yeah,
much. They've been going up lately, so you guys are
yeah,
amazing. So,
yeah.
but hey, here we go, baby. Nice and rested. Hopefully the Pacers win the next game. That goes 7. And we're just,
Oh
getting Al
man,
some rest. Al's back
yeah.
on track. Big Al. He's going to be on a mission these last 2 series, going for the championship. And hopefully the Wolves show up because, man, they're choking that series away now. And it looks like Denver's going to be a factor again when Denver
Oh
was on
yeah.
the way up.
Everyone's wondering now. It went from how do you beat Minnesota to how do you beat Denver, and that's really just the knee
Oh,
jerk nature of culture right now,
it is.
in
It
every in
is.
everything, not even just sports. And Ron is talking about the fact that we probably keep Porzingis out because he was skinny and Mobley could have put hard hits on him. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
Porzingis could have played, right? I think if this went 7 games, he might have been out there. I'm really curious how they approach um, the Eastern Conference Finals. I almost don't
I
want to
don't
see
think
him
they
out there
play
right
him.
away. Yeah.
I don't think they
He-
play
So
him until they get into some type of trouble, until it feels
so
like they're in trouble.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Ron also shared that we better spend a lot of money for White. I totally agree, Ron. I am a
Yeah.
Derek White truther. I love seeing all the T-shirts in the audience of just Derek White's face. He's the only player I think in the world who just has his face on people's T-shirts. They love his face in Boston. He's such a
Nothing
Celtic.
written on it. He's such a
Nothing.
cult favorite. He really is.
Nothing. Just Derek
He's
White's
great.
head. And so talking about the Eastern Conference Finals, because now the players can look forward to it. We as fans can look forward to it without anyone poo-pooing us about, oh, you looking past the Cavaliers. So the Eastern Conference Finals are anticipated to start either the Tuesday the 21st or Wednesday the 22nd. I
Uh,
don't know how that's determined, but if the Pacers win tomorrow, oh no, the Pacers don't play till Friday. Wow. So what they
oh
get
wow,
two
that
two
game's out till Friday.
yeah, they guess they get 2 days
Wow.
off. Pacers
All
don't play
right.
till Friday, and then if that goes to 7, they'll play on Sunday. So they'll have 1 day off between game 6 and game 7. So that means at a maximum, it looks like they're going to end up having 2 days rest or possibly 3 days rest. If the Knicks win on Friday, they'll probably start playing on the 21st, Tuesday. If the Knicks lose and it goes 7, they'll probably start playing on the 22nd, and they'll get 2 days
Amazing.
rest. No matter what, we're looking at
Almost a week off.
almost a week off.
Perfect.
And the
Al
best
needed
part
it,
is,
and more time
yeah,
for Porzingis.
yeah, and the best part is that this team has showed us that they can take time off and come out
Yep.
swinging, right? So
Yep.
uh, the rest doesn't seem to be a factor. It seems to actually help them. We have some of our best games in game one. Both of our game ones were awesome, especially at the start. So I'm really excited about this. I'm so glad. Shush with the Knicks. Ron doesn't want to hear anything about the Knicks. Um, you know, Ron, I'm telling you, if we end up facing the Knicks, I think we're gonna blow them out. They are very similar to the Cavs. My dad was super afraid of the Cavs, but I was kind of ear to the ground on that series, and I knew the Cavs were beat up pretty bad. I don't know if you remember, I was telling you about Mitchell. Mitchell was, not explosive of what he was. Compensated for a bit too much, and he hurt his calf. And I think the
He had a
Knicks are
couple
in
40
similar.
points games against us. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and look what happened. And that was his calf. He's out. So I think it's a similar situation. I think the Pacers are like the Magic, the healthier team, right? Probably the overall worst team on paper if all the rosters were 100%. But the Knicks are just they're just falling apart. I think someone said they had like 90 or $100 million worth of their salary cap currently out right now.
Yeah.
So they're
So I
hurting.
mean, they're hurting, and it's going to be a grab 'em series, like I've been warning people about, because the Knicks are very similar to the Miami Heat. Lots of clutching and grabbing. They do just enough to get away. So Indiana, they are very loose defensively. It'll be more of a run and gun series. We get Indiana. Indiana's, I don't know which one. They can be scary. They get some sharpshooters. Halliburton has some amazing games against us. Turner is another guy who has amazing games against us. CL Pack, their big trade deadline guy, Siakam.
Pascal
Yeah,
Siakam.
we have his number, so generally do well against him. So I'm not worried about him. So I mean, hey, we should beat either one of those teams. It's a matter of which one could we beat quicker. That's the
Yeah.
team I want. Hopefully they go 7. We get a nice week rest, another week for Porzingis. I mean, hey, what's not to like? Everything's looking really. Everything's green right now. Green pastures, baby, so far. Knock on
Yeah.
wood.
And we got a really nice message from Ron. Ron, you're the man. I really appreciate you taking all your time to
It
come and hang
does.
out
He's
with
like our
us.
number one fan.
Ron, you're giving us
I
all this
love Ron.
content. Just it really is just my dad and I talking to Ron, and I'm all about it. So Ron, great job again, boys. You guys are very on top of the facts. I love it, and we love having you here. Now, there's one fact I think my dad's gonna be surprised about. Did you know, Dad, that the Knicks are the 4th worst team in the NBA right now in allowing points in the playoffs? They're giving up 110 points a game. I sent you a picture.
Oh,
That
wow.
series, a lot of games are going almost over 120. So I know you mentioned,
Right.
teams are having a hard time getting over 100, but when they play the Knicks, they don't have that hard of a time. So
Yeah, they don't have Randall. They don't have Obanobi, whatever the heck his name. You know how bad I am with names. I'm terrible. And
Robinson,
their other, that
Robinson.
Robinson guy kills us. That backup center gets like 10 offensive rebounds a game. So, yeah, a lot of their defensive firepower is out. And Brunson, as amazing as he is, he's not a great defender, obviously. He is a
Yep.
defensive liability. So I guess that makes sense. So
Yeah,
either
they
way,
have
it's
the
probably going
worst.
to be a running gun.
They're tied. They have almost. They're giving up almost 40% of 3-pointers makes against themselves. So yeah, I think I get what you're saying, and I think it's kind of like facing the Baltimore Ravens, right? In football, you almost anticipate that they're going to have a great defense, but I don't know if the Knicks are that right now. And we also got Patrick Ryan. Patrick Ryan, thanks for jumping in, man. I don't want to see Porzingis until the finals. I totally agree, Patrick.
Yes.
And I really think the Eastern Conference should not be a issue. Patrick Ryan also said they should get through either Indy or New York Knicks without him. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Yep.
I think it's super up to the coaching staff and Porzingis to have a pulse on the urgency, right? So, yeah, I'm hoping we don't have to see Porzingis until the finals. But it is great that he's doing court work. He's traveling with the team. He's posting on his Instagram. He posted pictures of him playing some warm ups. This is all stuff you did not see Giannis doing when Giannis was hurt. If you look at Jared Allen, he pretty much sits on the bench and does not get up for anything. That's what a hurt player does. It's really nice to see Porzingis out with the team and playing some basketball. And Ron Stevenson, let's end with the Bruins. Fast thoughts on the Bruins. Ron wants it. Ron gets it. I'll say, Ron, if we win at home, I think we are the favorite to reverse sweep these guys. We play so well on the road. My dad actually gave him some kudos after last game. I know he's gonna poo-poo him because that's his wheelhouse, and he cannot be optimistic about them. But yeah, no, I think Bruins. I'm super excited,
news, guys.
Super excited.
I'm gonna be in Key West.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to Key West with 16 people, with 16 friends. So I got to do the best I can to watch the game and party. And then you're going to have to show me how to do the phone, how to try to do on the phone. You could get full old bull Frank the Tank. You could get him, come Friday. Is it Friday night the game is? Oh, man. So we'll have to see how that goes. Just heads up on that, the old bull. And it's going to be in Key West from Friday to Monday.
That is a problem I hope we have. I hope it stays a problem.
Yes.
So let's keep it up. Bruins are playing, like you said, they're playing Friday, and they're playing. I'm going to say it. They're playing the 19th on Sunday. So Friday and Sunday, we're going to have 2 Old Bull from Key West. The Bruins are going to take this series. I'm excited for it, Ron, and I'll be here. I'm not going to Key West. I'm back at home. I'm done traveling for at least a little bit. So
yeah,
great couple days. Great couple days in Boston sports.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Finally, back on track. Boston, the true city of champions. Back on track. Hopefully, we can build that with a couple more titles coming up in the next couple months. So,
yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Anything else, Matt?
No, I'll be on for the pregame on Friday. All right.